everybody, it's Lynn Schneider with Shell Point TV, and I'm here in the Crystal Dining Room with Rita Southern, our Director of Assisted Living here at Shell Point, and they are celebrating an exciting anniversary tonight. Rita, tell us what this is all about.
This is our 30th anniversary. It's hard to imagine we have 30 years of serving and satisfying our residents at King's Crown, but King's Crown celebrating 30 wonderful, glorious years.
Now, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but you were here for quite a few of those, weren't you? Tell us when you started and what it was like back then.
I actually started in October of '86, and we opened the King's Crown in March of '87. So my first months, weeks, days were immersed in King's Crown, and it was a great way to start my career here at Shell Point. I was the first case manager that we had on staff, and so it was my task to really preach the gospel of assisted living, and I believe in it, and so it wasn't a real hard leap for me. And when I started, there was one floor built, and they were adding the pilings in the second floor. So my first days I walked that building in its infancy. So it was intriguing. My high heels I had to dust the concrete dust off of them every night after work. So really, Lynn, assisted living in that era was in its infancy as an industry, and so Shell Point was certainly on the cutting edge of bringing that service to our residents. We partnered, Dr. King and Mr. Dice partnered with the board of directors to really make sure that we had a great program and a great building, and we grew from there. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Now tell us what you guys are doing tonight to celebrate this big occasion.
We're having dinner and dancing at the Crystal Dining Room exclusively for our King's Crown residents. So the dining room is closed at the King's Crown, and we're here for special service, a special menu, wonderful music, and dancing.
Scott Moore, our Chief Operating Officer, and assisted living has become an important part of Shell Point's continuum of care. Not only do we have the King's Crown, but we have other assisted living facilities as well, and even expanding in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Assisted living is the key product in a continuing care retirement community. You can get insurance for skilled nursing and that, but it's the assisted living that separates it. It's the differentiates us, and there's the saxophone to prove it. So yes, we have the Springs, and we have the King's Crown and the Arbor, and we're expanding the Springs. Really exciting to be in the world of assisted living at Shell Point right now.
Morgan Clayman, she's the Assisted Living Activity Supervisor, and it takes somebody with a lot of fun and festive spirit to come up with something like this. Tell us about tonight's program.
Oh, great. Well, I think the fun and festive spirit comes from the residents, which is what we're celebrating tonight. We're all really excited to be here to celebrate 30 years of King's Crown. We have the John Reese Project Band playing for us this evening. They're going to play a variety of big band, swing music. They're really talented. The Crystal was kind enough to put together this amazing meal for us tonight. They shut down the restaurant for just King's Crown and our staff that helped to make the King's Crown a great place to be. And it's a great night. You can see everyone's excited to be here and looking forward to having a nice evening.
Yeah, I like the old-fashioned dancing. I like the old-fashioned.
I'm with Kelly Mayung. She's our Senior Director of Healthcare here at Shell Point.
And I'm overseeing the pavilion and the assisted living communities.
And what do you think about the fact that Shell Point has 3 assisted living facilities? Do you think that that is something normal, or is that unusual for this industry?
I think that's unusual for the industry. We have a large amount of residents here, and it's a great privilege to work here.
And I imagine that you also interact with families on a regular basis.
Yes, we have some lovely families here.
Well, thanks for joining us, and have a great evening celebrating the King's Crown.
Thank you.
Tonight we're going to start out with a artisan mixed green salad, champagne vinaigrette. We're going to move on to the main course, which is going to be a beef Wellington, a stuffed shrimp jumbo prawn, an assorted vegetable of asparagus, red pepper, and mushrooms, and Duchess potatoes. And then to follow it up for sweets, we're doing a pot de creme, which is a French, it's like a chocolate custard finished with a coffee mousse, or a coffee chantilly, I'm sorry.
Well, that just sounds delicious. Now, are these the potatoes?
They are indeed.
All right. Well, how long have you been planning this menu?
A little over a month now, so working on it.
Well, it's an exciting event, and I know that they're very happy to be sharing it here at the Crystal. Thank you so much for hosting.
Thank you.